Hello everyone, I am Barkha from InsurTech in Webner. Today in this video, I am going to explain how to find the common AL3 elements in JSON produced by InsurTech REST API after converting an AUTOP AL3 file to JSON. Go to developer.winsurtech.com. Firstly, you need to sign in. You can log in with Google also. After that, just go to the subscriptions. Here you will see the comprehensive API. You need to click on that and download the Postman collection. The collection has been downloaded. In the next step, what we have to do, just go to the Postman collection and import the downloaded collection. The collection has been imported. In the next step, just go to the login endpoint and fill in your email and password. The next parameter we have is the user secret. For that, just go to the website again and copy the user secret key from here and paste it here. So the key has been pasted. Now hit the send button. The access token has been generated. You do not need to copy the access token. It will be automatically used by the rest of the endpoints. In the next step, let's move on to the AL3 to JSON CSV conversion endpoint. This is the real-time conversion endpoint that converts an AL3 file to JSON and CSV formats. Let's go to the body tab. The first parameter we have is the input file. So I have already imported the AL3 file, and in the output format, write AMS_map_raw. After it, just click on the send button. You will see the JSON output is generated. Let me take you through this JSON output to show where some common policy data elements are located. You will see this is a transaction header group. It contains metadata elements that describe the policy transaction. One of the important elements is the transaction category. The transaction category value is P in AL3 for policy transactions and A for a direct bill commission file, which means accounting download. Another important element we have here is the policy type routing code, which means which type of insurance policy is the subject of this transaction. The element value is P, which means it is a personal lines policy. C in this element signifies a commercial lines policy. The next important element is the line of business code, which helps to describe the line of business the policy belongs to. It is used in combination with the policy type routing code described above. The value we have here in the raw AL3 data is auto, and its full form is automobiles, which means the line of business for the policy is personal auto. The next important element we have is the transaction function, which describes the basic purpose of the transaction or the structure of the data being sent. For example, in the case of direct bill commission downloads, it has a value of direct bill reconciliation, and the raw AL3 value is DBR. For policy transactions, the transaction function data element value of FMG in the raw AL3 data means master file image, which means the carrier is sending the full copy of the data it has. The next important element we have in this group is cycle business purpose. It defines what transaction took place. For example, it could be new business, renewal, or cancellation. If you see this element value, it is new business. For direct bill commission downloads, the raw AL3 value is COM, and the full form of the value is direct bill commission detail. The next other important element is the transaction date. This element defines the date on which the sender prepared the transaction for delivery. The next element is transaction effective date, defines the date on which the policy transaction takes effect. So the above were some important elements of the transaction header group. The other important group we are going to discuss is the basic insured information group. It contains all the important information related to the insured. You can see the insured name. The insured's name can either be an individual's name, a family name, or a free form text name like a corporation's name. The other important element of this group is the company ID for the insured. It is the carrier identification code assigned by the carrier to the insured in their records. The agency system can send this ID in any return transactions involving a specific policy, and the carrier will be able to quickly and correctly find insured records by using it. The next element we have is the agency ID for insured. It is assigned to the insured by the agency, like in an agency management system, so as to easily identify the insured record at its end. The carrier company system can send this back in any return transactions dealing with the given policy, so that the agency can easily and accurately find insured data. For additional information about the insured, we need to explore the basic insured information extension group. Here you can find the insured's address and contact information, and same data for co-insureds is also there. It will be sent back by carrier on new business transactions, but not for renewals and policy change transactions in general. Here you can find the insured's street address line 1. Typically line 1 will be used for a street number and name, and street line 2 can be used for the apartment number, an internal company address, or anything else which is used to properly locate the insured. We also have a city element here, which can contain the city, town, or village name as applicable. Then we have zip code and also the insured telephone number. The insured's telephone number extension is also there. You can also see here that similar elements exist for co-insured as well, like co-insured's telephone number, co-insured's alternate telephone number, co-insured's telephone number type code, co-insured's telephone number extension, etc. Let's move on to the next group of interest, which is basic policy information group. The basic policy information contains data elements that describe the insurance policy that is the subject of a given transaction. This group contains several very important elements. The first such element is the policy number, which is a unique reference number assigned by the carrier to the insurance policy. I am showing you here how to find it in the JSON. Next we have is company code. A company code means NAIC code of the carrier company. Our parser not only gives you the code but also the full form, the carrier company name in the JSON. As you can see, the company code and the full insurance company name are here. The next useful element we have here is the line of business code. A similar element was there in the transaction header group also. The line of business code explains the type of policy, like AUTOP in the raw AL3 data, which means private passenger automobile. Again, you get the original value as well as the full form in our JSON format. The next element we have is the line of business subcode. The line of business subcode refines the line of business code to further qualify the line of business code. The code can be used for product identification. You can see the line of business subcode and its corresponding value here in my test policy transaction data. The next important element we have is the current term amount. This data element includes the entire total amount for the current term of the policy transaction to be paid by the insured. I have a sample value here. You can also see the net change amount here, which means the change amount for this particular transaction. The next important element we have is the billing method code. This code indicates whether the policy is to be direct billed or agency billed and policy billed or account billed. The next important element we have is the payer code. This code is used to identify who will be paying for a policy. AL3 code IN means the insured will pay. The OT code means someone else will pay, like an additional interest, like a bank. In such a case, an additional interest group describing the payer should be there in the AL3 file. The next element we have is the company product code, which means the policy issue is based on which product offering by the carrier. The other two important elements we have are policy effective date and policy expiration date. Policy effective date is the date on which the policy commences, and policy expiration is the date on which the policy terminates. So these were some important elements in the AL3 file for an AUTOP policy transaction download. I hope this video was helpful. I will be back soon with another video. For any assistance with AL3, Accord Forms, Accord XML or any PNC insurance project, write to us at contact@winsurtech.com.